Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun.
Okay, well, we got 5 holes drilled, and what do we got? Another 7 to go. Onward. We're going to go to hole number 6 and moving out and up. And ready to rip. Alright, so we've got all 12 holes drilled. Now we got to come back and countersink the cast iron so that the bolt will slide through the cast iron and thread into the steel sleeve. So we go to the next size, which is, here's our tap, and the next size is going to be 190 some odd. Well, it looks like we're going to have to use a stubby drill bit here too. A number 9. Now we're just going to go down just to the thickness of the cast iron, which is 280, so we'll go down to 300. All right, let's give it a rip. All right, we did it. Make sure our little bolts are going to fit down in there like a dream. And time to run the tap down. And I think what we're gonna do, well, might be good to take the drill bit or the chuck out, the little mini chuck, and to get a little clearance for our tap handle. Yeah, just not enough leverage. And yet that is going to hit. One or the other. Alright, we're going to get a bigger tap handle. This one might work. Yep. Nope, that's where it bottoms out right there. Okay, I'm thinking this is a worn out tap. We're gonna go look for another one. Okay, we got that part done. Wipe off some of the oil. We're going to leave it in the mill for the moment. Later on this morning, and I don't really need the mill later today, but later on this morning I'm going to go get some other screws because these are too long. I'll run one down and you'll see. And I think what I'm going to do is get some flathead screws and countersink these holes, and then set the screws flush with the surface, and that way there's nothing to catch me later on. So it's just about there, but not quite. So we'll just leave that one in there for now. And we'll be back. Alright, well, I went in and had breakfast and the whole time thinking, well, geez, I could actually try this thing out, not use it, but just put a couple of bolts in with a few washers on them, and that will cinch it down. And then put the chuck on and see what it looks like. Hey, why not? So there it is. And also, when I come back to do the countersinks, if I get flathead bolts or screws, then I can just do that freehand. The hole's already there. I don't need it to mess with it too much. So let's give it a try. All right, chuck. Let's wipe it off a bit. Now I think what we're gonna do is once we get this thing all set up, we'll put it on the lathe and then we'll face that off. But for right now, we don't need to face it off. We don't need no stinking facing off. There's our hole. Loosen that one up. This one. There it is. And one more. I feel it taken. There it goes. All right, we got her snugged down, nothing super tight or anything like that. Let's take it over to the lathe and hook it up and see what we got. All right, maiden voyage of the extended chuck. Let's blow it out a little bit. That feels pretty good. It's still heavy though. All right. Tighten it up. Now I don't expect it to be accurate, but it would be nice if it was close. Let's give it a try and see. Well, I can see it's a bit off, but you know, this is a 4-jaw chuck, so I can adjust to the offness. I'm not having a problem with that, actually. That looks pretty good. Well, that puts us out, way out here, where the lathe is more fresher, as you might say. So we'll come in and put those other bolts in later today, and I think we're ready to call it a day. All right, so our head's just a little bit off, or our chuck is just a little bit off from the tube. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the chuck off, we're going to square up the face, And then we're going to build something in there so that the chuck will be more accurate. And let's take the chuck off first and see what we got to play with. Alright, now we can kind of hang on to it. Take this last bolt out. And there we go. So I'm looking at the chuck, and the only center I can see is that ring right there. Can you see this? No, you can't. Let's bring it down. So the only center I can see is this ring right in here. Everything else, it just sits there flush. And these bolts are really loose in the hole. So I think we'll try to go to that center. Let's see if we can get a measurement. See if we have enough room. Oh man, just barely. It's just going to be just a slight lip there. But it will be a lip. And that's, in a sense, all that counts. I want to tighten that up while we're here. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. Let's make sure that that's going to spin. This going to work? Nope, too big. Yeah, it's a little snug. Let's see if we can just undo it by 1/8 of a turn or something. That's better. Okay. We'll drop this down. We're going to come in and face that, and then we're going to take our cut right to the edge right there. And that should give us that step that we so desperately need. All right. That's too fast. That's better. All right, well, and since we're here, and since we have this bit in and we're ready to go, and the bit's cutting very nicely, we're going to go ahead and trim off this this old scrubby stuff out here and make it look nicer. We're hitting here. That's not good. Well, that's that for that. Alright, we're going to take a whole nother cut, and since we were hitting there, we're going to take this in as far as we can get it, which isn't very far. We'll fix that later. That's as far back as that can go. And it can go a little further. Okay, it's also hitting down here. So without removing that thing, that entire piece, we don't have much choice here. Let's see if we can extend this out just a little bit further. Okay, once again, our lathe is torqued all the way around to its extreme outside perimeters. But ouch! God damn it! Cut myself. Right across my finger too. I don't even see an edge that would catch me. Oh, right there. One little dinky burr. God. Well, just let it bleed. Okay, so we're gonna go. Well, I'll tell you, that rat's nest is not going to give it up. We did it. I don't know if you can see this down here, but this stuff is just getting caught everywhere. All right, we're gonna let me check it out. One little strand got started there, and I could not stop it, but I wasn't about to stop the lathe, so it just kind of bundled up there. Now I'm gonna have to figure it out. Alright, so we got to cut that little shoulder down a little more. There it is right there. And I'm not feeling any wobble. There it is. And there's our bolt hole, hopefully. Ah. Todd.
Hi. Hey, Bud. Hi, Greg. Trying to remove this 1/4-inch piece of heater hose from the car. Do you have a long pick or a long flat blade screwdriver I can use to pry the hose off its fitting?
Are you trying to save the hose?
No, because I have a brand new piece of hose.
Okay, good.
And it's only a 4-inch piece.
Well, I would first cut it with a knife. And then once it's cut, it will just peel right off.
Easily removed.
Yeah.
I thought about doing that too.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
But there's a, you know, yeah, of course there's a screwdriver over there. I was going to say something. There's going to be a truck delivering something this afternoon. Well, it's the motors for the units, for the drill units. So when they deliver, if you hear them, could you go out and get that box and just drag it over to your porch or something like that?
Yeah.
It weighs 60 pounds, so.
Okay.
All right, we got it, I think. I'm just going to tighten two just in case things are not right. So let's give it a try. Oh, smooth as silk. Nice. I'll give you a shot from over here. All right, ready? We know the chuck is square up and everything is going to work out just fine. We need to take the chuck off and we need to put this over on the mill and countersink all of these holes and get those screws in there. So take the bolts back out. All right, well, we got the screws in. We Loctited them in place there. I don't think they're going anywhere. They're nice and flush. And that's the end of this project. Next time we're going to put it on the lathe and give it a try. And the fact that I already did this one here and tested it, it's perfect. Of course, it's only 4 inches, but it's perfect. When the lathe was over here, I mean, when I was working over here, because the ways are so worn in that area, that it would literally be a few thousandths thicker here than over in here. And then if it was a longer piece, it would be a few thousandths thicker here, and then a few thousandths thinner, and then back up to a few thousandths thicker. And there'd be like no way I could fix that. So this allows me to get a consistent cut without having to worry about it. So tighten her up. And we're gonna, this is a video for the chuck. Now we're gonna do a video for the moment. This is Nick Collier and I'm checking out.